Copying your negatives and slides is a good way of restoring and archiving your film era material. We all have the ones that have been photographing a long time. We do have a lot of slides and negatives in our archives, and digitizing them is a good thing. Hi, it's Peter here. Let's get right into the business. I bought this handy slide and negative copier. Before we talk about how to use it, let's look what was inside the box. The main unit is this holder that can hold slides and negatives. It came with these two adapters, or whole film holders and slide holders, that slides into the base, which has a LED light. And I think this is the best part of this whole thing. You don't need any extra lights, and you will always have a constant light, constant LED light to illuminate your negative or slide. And you can adjust the brightness if you want, but I would keep it as bright as possible so that I can have a fast shutter speed, which, well, if you use it like this, it doesn't really matter. I will talk about my setup later. And also you are able to stop down a bit if you have it on brightest. And it can be powered by a USB cord. It didn't come with the adapter to plug it into a AC socket, but you can use the one from your phone. And since the cord is quite short, what I use is a power bank. It works really well. It's a very simple device. You just plug it in, turn it on, adjust the brightness, slide in the negatives or slides, and then fire away. What I did this kind of like a rail that can hold the camera and the holder at the pre-decided distance. And I set it so that I can use my Zuiko 30mm f3.5 macro lens, which is quite suitable for this. With a longer rail, you could use the 60mm macro lens. Macro lens is advised, but you can also use a standard lens or a short telephoto lens with extension tubes. I did not test that, but it works, I know. And also, if you don't have any rails, you can use it like this and then, put a tripod to a certain spot, or just use handheld. But of course, handheld is not so convenient if you have a lot of slides. But if you only have one, that's a quick way to copy it. So it's a really quite versatile and handy tool. And the LED light is 65,000 kelvins, so it's quite good. It's not too yellow or too blue, the light. But of course, you can adjust the white balance on your camera, so it doesn't matter what the kelvins are. The only thing is that it's consistent. That's the main thing. And like I said, the rail is really good, and you can attach this to a tripod, or you can just have it on the table, because you can use it handheld like this too, because the distance is fixed. Fire away and just slide the negative holder to the next one and fire away, and that's it. It's just so easy. That's why I got it, because I do have quite a few negatives and slides that I want to copy, and I've made a video about it before, what I have used, but this is a much more convenient way. It's faster and better. And before I give you some tips to get the best results when copying slides and negatives, let's talk about the price and the value for money with this. This was only 29 euros. There is a bit more expensive version of this, which has adapters for different cameras. I got the cheapest one. I will put a link in the description of this video, so if you are interested, you can check it out. But now, 6 tips how to get better results. The first one is clean the negative. It's much more easier to clean the negative than retouching all the dust and whatnot from the negative or the slide. Use a macro if you have one. Other options are, of course, extension tubes, like I already mentioned. And tip number 3, stop down to the sweet spot of your lens, usually around f4, f5.6. Use high-res mode to get the best result, like I did with these examples that I've shown you. I used the high-res shot on my Olympus OM1 or OM System OM1, which makes an 80 megapixel image. And if you have a micro four thirds camera, choose 3:2 aspect ratio, because that was the aspect ratio on a film era. And then the last tip, watch this video. There's a lot more about how to copy your negatives and slides. There's a lot of information in that video. But hey, thanks for watching, and bye for now.